Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is busisiwej.bd. Today we are going to do unit conversions using exponents. So basically what you need to do, firstly, you need to write down your units in a sequence form, as well as their multiplication factors first, for you to be able to do the conversions. As you have seen, I've written mine down already on the board. For you to be able to remember the sequence of these units, you will see I've also included the rhyme that you can use so that you can be able to remember them. The rhyme which says, the great man King Henry's daughter Beauty drinks cold milk until 4:09. Then you will know that the T, the first letters, will represent your unit. So as you can see as well, I've also included the arrows, if you can remember from our previous video when we used the step letters. So still the arrows, they still mean the same thing, that when we are moving up from a lower unit to a higher unit, we're still going to divide. And then when we're moving from a higher unit to a lower unit, we are still going to divide. So once you have this written down, then it's easy for you to be able to follow it and do the calculation and be able to get an answer. So what I usually advise is that make sure that you write this at the back of your answer sheet as soon as they say you may start writing, before even tackling the first question, because sometimes you might have bad luck, and with that first question you find that you just get mesmerized. Then it will be very, very easy for you to forget this. So it's easier to write it at the beginning before you read any of the questions, so that for in case you get a question for you to convert, then you can be able to refer to it. So again, I'm going to give you the steps that you will need to follow. They are more similar to those ones of a step letter method, but we've just added something, and then when you follow them, you'll be able to do the calculations. So the steps, there are still 4. So step number 1, you need to determine where you are. Number 2, you need to determine where are you going. And then number 3, you need to determine whether are you going up or are you going down, so that you can be able to choose the appropriate mathematical sign to use. And then now the last step, which is the 4th step, which is more different from the step letter method. Here now you need to subtract to get the difference between the exponents. Okay, let's try to do an example to see if we'll be able to do this. Let's say we have a question that says convert 10 centimeters to we can say 10 centimeters to micrometers. Okay, so now we're going to start with step number 1. Says you need to determine where are you. So you are here. And where do you want to go? So it means you are going to micro. There is micro. So now you know where you are going, and then now you need to determine whether are you going up or are you going down the ladder. So you are moving from centi and you want to go to micro. So it means you are going down. So it means now you must multiply. So we're going to multiply, and for us to know what are we going to multiply with, now we need to do step number 4, whereby we need to get a difference between the exponents. So the exponent of centi, it's 10 to the power minus 2, that's centi, and then micro is 10 to the power minus 6. So what we are going to do now, we say we need to get the difference. So we're going to subtract between the exponents. So the difference between 2 and 6, it is 4. And remember, we're always thinking positively. Even if you can punch it in your calculator and you get a negative, we're not going to put in the negative into our calculation. So we're always thinking positive. So it means now the difference is 4. So we're going to multiply with the 10 to the power 4. Then once you've got that, you just get your calculator and calculate it as it is. Okay, the answer is 100 micrometers. And another advice that I would like to give you is to make sure that you always count the zeros that are there on your calculator, so that you don't miss out any zero when you're writing down your answer. Because if your answer is 1 zero less, then it means it's not a correct answer. So you just have to make sure that you write the proper answer. Okay, I'm going to wipe so that we can do another example as well before we end the video. Okay, so the other example that we are going to do, it says we need to convert to 20,000 picoliters to milliliters. So we're still gonna follow our steps. So step number 1 says we must determine where we are. So we are here on picoliters. And where are we going? We are going to milliliters. So we're gonna write 20,000 picoliters. Now we need to determine whether we are going up or we are going down. Then they say we must move from pico to milli. Then it means we are going up. Then it means we must use the division sign. So now we need to get a difference between the exponents so that we can be able to know with which number we are supposed to divide with. So pico is 10 to the power minus 12. And milli is 10 to the power minus 3. So now we're going to get the difference between the exponents, and the difference between 12 and 3 is 9. So it means we are going to divide by 10 to the power 9. Then we just punch it as it is in the calculator, and then we'll be able to get an answer. Let's do that quickly. And then voila, there is our answer. So basically this is how you will do your unit conversions using exponents. Always remember to think positively. Don't get distracted by these negative signs when you are determining by which number you're supposed to divide or to multiply with. And as well, you can use the rhyme handy so that you can be able to know how are these units following each other in sequence. Then you'll be able to do your calculation. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the homework that I'm going to give you. May you please do it, and then make sure that you write down your answers there in the comment field. So I want you to go and practice and convert 45,000 femtometers to meters. And I'll be looking forward to seeing your answers there in the comment field. And as well as if you have any question that you want to ask me or any clarity, just make sure that you put it there in the comment field. And for everyone who wants coaching or tutoring on preparing their board exam, feel free to contact me on my email address. I will leave it there in the description box. And that's it from me for today.